Find out how you can throw away your eyeliner and still have beautiful eyes forever. Today on PM Magazine, learn about a controversial permanent eyeliner process that your doctor can perform in one office visit.
Then singer and actor Kris Kristofferson talks about his leading ladies, his incredible good fortune, and the one mistake that ended his marriage and almost ruined his career.
And we'll discover a new photo studio here in the Twin Cities that's giving a new dimension to family portraits.
Good afternoon and welcome to PM Magazine. I'm Steve Doyle.
And I'm Pat Brown. And this afternoon, Steve and I are visiting Bandana Square in St. Paul.
You know, Kris Kristofferson is remembered as one of the best songwriters of his generation. We all remember his hit, Me and Bobby McGee, which Janis Joplin made popular.
Oh, sure. In fact, he's been a sex symbol ever since his first big role in the movie Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. But in spite of his accomplishments, Kris remains a shy and soft-spoken guy who seems unimpressed with his success.
Right now, let's go backstage with Kris at a concert in Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Kris's life reads like a Hemingway novel. Rhodes Scholar, Army captain, fiction writer, firefighter, Golden Gloves boxer, construction worker, and finally, in 1965, he made his way to Nashville, bound and determined to make it as a songwriter.
And next thing you know, I was making a real good living doing what I love to do. And with my heroes like Willie Nelson, you know, and Waylon Jennings and Johnny Cash are my friends. Muhammad Ali, you know, calls me up. Now, this is together with the fact that I got a family that I love more than life itself, you know, is as good as it gets.
This is a new, calmer Kris Kristofferson. Gone are his days of hard living and heavy drinking. In fact, the drinking stopped 8 years ago. The turning point was the release and success of his film with Barbra Streisand, A Star Is Born.
All of a sudden, I was recognized everywhere. It was like, well, on one level, it was just bizarre. It'd be like if you were to walk around and suddenly one day you see great pictures of 50 feet high of you and Barbra Streisand kissing all over the world, you know? This is a weird experience, unless you're a lot more blasé about things than I am.
Appearing together today in her latest rock video, Kris credits Barbra with launching his film career. Hollywood gained a new matinee idol, and before long, he starred opposite Jill Clayburgh, Ally McGraw, Jane Fonda, and most recently, Marlo Thomas and Leslie Ann Warren.
Imagine not working with all those people, getting to do love scenes with them. I mean, Lord, if I died right today, you know, I'd be ahead of the game. I might have been.
One film, however, offset his momentum. Not professionally, personally. It happened early on when Kris and actress Sarah Miles posed for Playboy to promote their film, The Sailor Who Fell from Grace with the Sea.
That was probably the single stupidest thing I've done in my life, you know, and it caused a lot of people a lot of discomfort.
The pictures put his marriage to singer Rita Coolidge on the rocks. Their second and last joint album, Natural Act, was released in 1978, and they were divorced in 1979. Today, after several quiet years, Kris is back in circulation, co-starring with Willie Nelson in, as Kris calls it, a real hit movie with a heart. Songwriter.
It's just a real culty little film, but it's but people when you get warm bodies in a dark room, they like it.
While the songwriter of the film is Willie, the writer of most of the songs was Kris. And whereas in the past that was something born out of misery, today it's his greatest pleasure.
It's probably the closest thing to a religious experience that a everyday human being can have. You know. I always have the feeling that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing when I've done and written something good, you know, when I know it's good.
Loving her was easier than anything I'll ever do again.
And these days, days, you can find him on the road singing the good ones, both old and new, which, along with his band of 10 years, a new marriage, and a new baby, is exactly where he wants to be.
Kris will be touring Australia and Japan, but he hopes to be home by mid-May when his wife Lisa is due to deliver their second baby. By the way, you may have noticed that Kris likes to wear a lot of black. He says it's because he doesn't like to have to get up every day and make big decisions on what colors he's going to wear. And so he also has a black car and a black dog.
Next, find out about the new technique that can make your eyes permanently beautiful.
Have you heard the myth that shampoos can only clean hair? For over 50 years, I've been formulating shampoos that not only clean, but moisturize and add thickness and sheen to the hair. Nexus Therapy shampoo helps make your hair silky, shiny, and glowingly alive. Therapy is a thick, luxurious shampoo enriched with selected botanicals. Whether your hair is dry, thin, brittle, or oily, Nexus has a shampoo that's just right for you. Ask for your free trial size of Nexus Therapy shampoo at these fine salons.
Year after year, the taste of Diet 7-Up just couldn't be beat.
Come on, big guy, you can do it.
Diet Coke couldn't do it.
Piece of cake.
Diet Pepsi couldn't do it.
Go for it, kid.
Diet Sprite could not do it. Even with 100% NutraSweet, these contenders still can't beat the crisp, clean taste of Diet 7-Up. Now with 100% NutraSweet. Diet 7-Up, the taste they just can't beat.
Get moving. Right now at the Best Buy Company, we have these incredible Forenzi bicycles with 15-speed derailleur, center pole brakes, dual safety levers, and rugged lightweight frame. These bikes are not available separately, but at the Best Buy Company, you can purchase these incredible 15-speed bicycles in combination with hundreds of other items. Listen to this example.
You can purchase the 15-speed bicycle together with this Magnavox 19-inch color TV. Get both for just $299.95.
Amanzi Oriental Rugs is rolling out the red carpet for their super spring sale. Save 40 to 55% on Amanzi's large selection of fine handmade Oriental rugs. Shop now for these store-wide savings. Save 53% on elegant 6x9 Chinese rugs. Save 50% on fine quality 8x10-foot rugs from Dury. Save 49% on hand-selected 6x9 Pakistan Tabriz rugs. Amanzi Oriental Rugs invites you to take advantage of this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Good afternoon. I'm Don Shelby with the WCCO Television News Update. This is the 40th anniversary of the liberation of Nazi war camps in Europe and in the Twin Cities and all around the world. There are ceremonies marking that event. A bill which would open up the banking industry beyond state boundaries is struggling in the Minnesota legislature. Honeywell's annual stockholders meeting brought out protesters today who are against the company's involvement in defense weapons making. Highs in the 80s today. That should be another record. There is a chance of showers, however. We'll have more coming up at 5, 6, and 10.
PM Magazine.
You know, sometimes it seems we'll do anything for beauty, from piercing our ears to plucking our eyebrows. But are you ready for the latest trend? Eyeliner that isn't applied with a brush, but with a needle.
It's the hottest thing since the nose job.
You really have to see someone who's had it done to see how natural it really looks.
I love it. It's easy, it's great, it looks natural, it enhances my eyes.
If I'm an 80-year-old lady with great-looking eyes, that's wonderful.
They're talking about the latest technique in cosmetic eye surgery, permanent eyelash liner.
This is a tattoo. This is pigment, not a dye. It's a pigment that is permanently placed in a tattoo fashion beneath the surface of the skin and will never be removed.
Dr. Stephen Rossler of Framingham is one of the first ophthalmologists to beautify his patient's eyes with the bold new technique.
It's a permanent technique, and those people that are interested in this should understand that it is a permanent technique, and for all practical purposes, it is impossible to remove.
And that's the whole idea behind this procedure. For between $800 and $1,500, you can have your eyelash liner put on once and for all.
We are using microsurgeons, we're using anesthetic, and we're doing it in a sterile environment.
Diana Starr Langley is the president of Dioptics Medical Products, the company that makes the equipment used in the permanent lash liner procedure. If you're arthritic or you don't see too well, or maybe if your hand shakes a little when you put on your makeup, this could be the answer for you. And as for you men, well, there are a couple of male network news anchors considering permanent lash liner too.
I've had one eye done. Can you tell which one? This one's done. And this one is pencil liner.
Now, if you're thinking of having your eyes streaked pink, purple, and green, think again. Permanent lash liner comes in just 4 colors.
These colors are black, black brown, medium brown, and a charcoal gray. And these colors were chosen because they are natural colors. They will never be out of style. And there was an attempt to stay away from the other colors, which would be more fatty.
I don't like getting up every morning and have to put on an eyeliner to make my eyes accentuate.
Janet Pellegrini is about to give up her regular eyeliner forever. The first step is the pre-operative evaluation, which includes a routine eye exam and a medical history of the patient, particularly in the area of allergies. Women under the age of 18 and pregnant women are automatically excluded.
Janet, I'm just checking the position of your lids, making sure that there is no infection, there are no particular scars or deformities that I need to be aware of.
The operation takes between 30 and 50 minutes, depending on if you have both upper and lower eyelids done.
The pigment is placed in tiny dots, in a row of tiny dots beneath the skin, so that a continuous line will appear within about a month. I've been asked by many people what happens when people age, and a woman who's had it done at age 30 becomes 80, what will this look like? There is no experience. However, the pigment particles are a specific size, a specific diameter, and that's 6 microns. And it was designed that way because that size pigment particle will not be moved around by cells beneath the skin.
The reaction to the operation is different for different women, some bruising more than others. But many women are willing to put up with the temporary problems for permanently beautiful eyes.
Once you've seen it and how natural it looks, there's no doubt in your mind.
It makes me feel more attractive in a very natural way. It's great.
Nearly 400 doctors in America and Europe now perform this procedure, with more than 1,000 customers so far. Now, here in the Twin Cities, the lash liner technique is being performed by Dr. Jerome Poland. Please call our PM hotline for more details.
Up next, we'll discover a new dimension in photography.
These are really good.
What's so good about Wheat Thins is Wheat Thins taste so good. And when you put your lips on those Wheat Thins, you know you're eating like you should. They've got a nutty taste made from pure whole wheat. That Wheat Thins taste is hard to beat. Oh, I can't get enough of those Wheat Thins. Those Wheat Thins taste so good. Nabisco.
What is this?
That is a shirt.
A shirt. No, this.
Oh, it's your ring around the collar. I should have stuck to whisk.
I thought you always used whisk.
Well, I had this coupon, so I tried something new. Never again. Whisk works better. See? No more ring around the collar.
Yeah, everything's cleaned.
Gloria, I'm out of clean shirts again.
Well, luckily you have whisk.
Can we talk about this?
Whisk gets ring around the collar and your whole wash clean.
When you need a little lift, but you just can't take a break, chew Wrigley's Spearmint Gum.
The cool, refreshing feeling of Wrigley's Spearmint Gum puts a little lift in everything you do. That good, smooth chewing, that crisp, clean taste. That Wrigley's Spearmint pickup is going for you.
Wrigley's Spearmint Gum really keeps you humming. Wrigley's Spearmint Gum keeps you humming along. Wrigley's Spearmint Gum really keeps you humming. Wrigley's Spearmint Gum keeps you humming.
Homers mean a lot to the Twins, but to you they could mean 10 grand in cold cash. And a hot new Pontiac Fiero. Just play the Pepsi-Cola Twins Home Run Countdown. Look for numbers under specially marked tabs or inside cans and caps of Pepsi-Cola products. If your numbers match our total homers by All-Star break, you can win the cash in the car. Win instant prizes, too. Save your Pepsi caps and cans. We're going to bat for you.
Trees are one of Minnesota's most valuable resources, not only for the products they provide, but for their beauty and contribution to our quality of life. This Arbor Day, JC chapters will be sponsoring the sale of evergreen seedlings for $1 each, with proceeds to go to the Minnesota Landscape Arboretum. Support the JCs and the Minnesota Landscape Arboretum this April by buying one or more evergreen seedlings. Do your part to help keep Minnesota evergreen.
We all have those favorite family pictures of special occasions, but it seems they always end up in a box stuck away somewhere or in a long-forgotten album on a shelf. Well, now there's a photographic studio here in the Twin Cities that is adding a new dimension to family pictures. Let's take a look. The family photo album is filled with pages of priceless memories. But sharing the snapshots and the moments they represent is an event as rare as a family reunion. So when Peg Vermes and her daughter Nan wanted to capture the action of a recent celebration, they closed the book on the family album and turned to Figures Incorporated, a new photo studio in St. Louis Park.
Well, we had heard about this type of photography, and we were looking for something very special because it was my daughter's birthday. And after seeing a sample of it, we decided that that would be really fun to do.
Figures Incorporated has added a new dimension to family photos. They take a series of shots, mount them on plexiglass, then cut them out with a jigsaw. The result is a scale setting made to order. The studio is operated by photographer Mike Cooler and his partner Bob Weil.
They're very, very unique. It's something that you won't see in every store in the land. It's obvious that the customer themselves being the subjects, it's something that it's strictly, uniquely their own.
Okay, here we go. Relax, that's it. Good, let's take another one of that.
For the customer, the process is much like any photo session. They go through various poses in which they're able to express their own personality.
With them, we didn't have any special thing in mind. They didn't either when they came in. We just kind of got together and said, well, what do you think? And knowing Peggy, I thought that this kind of thing would look very nice, just casual, relaxed type of thing. Showing a little action, showing informal.
Once their posing is finished, a question is posed for Peg and Nan. Which of the photos captures their spirit the best?
Well, first of all, photo albums we seldom take out and look at, and this is always out in a special spot in our home, and we feel more alive seeing ourselves as figures rather than just in a book covered with cellophane. It's almost like an piece of art in our home, and that's how we view it.
Turning to our entertainment page, let's find out what our critics at large think about the new film, Desperately Seeking Susan, starring rock star Madonna.
Desperately Seeking Susan, the latest film from promising young director Susan Seidelman, features pop star Madonna in her first starring role as Susan, a wild and carefree spirit who survives by her wits in New York City. Susan and her crazy lifestyle are the envy of Roberta, a bored New Jersey housewife, played by Rosanna Arquette, who is desperately seeking something more in life. She finds it through a series of mix-ups and mistaken identities and actually believes herself to be Susan. In this scene, Roberta takes her first step to be more like Susan.
Gorgeous, isn't it? Used to belong to Elvis Presley. You want to try it on?
Now, let's find out what our critics at large had to say.
I liked it a lot. It's the second time I saw it. Saw it last week, too. I thought it was about an 8. I thought Madonna was great.
Madonna's pretty hip, and the storyline was funny, and it was good acting. It was well done.
Thought it was a really interesting plot, different, and Madonna and Rosanna Arquette are just great people to watch on film.
It's kind of a woman's story, but I really enjoyed it myself a lot.
I thought it was great. I thought it was really entertaining, and I didn't think that the part about the amnesia was like too distracting. I didn't think it was too corny. I liked the way it was used, and I like Rosanna Arquette a lot, and I thought Madonna was great.
When we come back, we'll give you the lowdown on women's high-heeled shoes.
This test tube contains a powerful mood-altering drug. A drug so potent, it can destroy a family, ruin a career, or cut short a life. For 14 million Americans, alcohol is more than a drink. It's an addiction. If you or someone you love has a drinking problem, call Care Unit. The disease is alcoholism. The answer is Care Unit.
I really am surprised that it's a sugarless gum.
Tastes so good.
I would say that it has a nice, strong, long-lasting flavor.
Taste the one.
The taste of this Trident gum is good enough that I would chew this instead of a sugared gum.
Taste the one that'll win you over. To sugarless gum.
4 out of 5 dentists surveyed recommend sugarless gum for their patients who chew gum.
Trident has a good flavor and it won't hurt your teeth.
Taste the one that'll win you over. To sugarless gum.
Meet Bob the baker and his fiancée Edith. Bob wants to bake Edith the most beautiful wedding cake using only the finest ingredients, but that can be expensive. Edith says that the man she marries will have to be very cost-conscious. Bob insists on the finest quality. Edith insists on low prices. Today, Bob and Edith were happily married because Bob proved that by shopping at Rainbow Foods, you can have your cake and Edith too.
7 a.m. and Judy starts cooking sausage for breakfast. Her twin Jeannie starts her sausage at the same time. 7:05 a.m.
Brennan Sir's ready.
Jeannie uses Swift Premium Brown and Serve sausage. Pre-cooked 5 minutes from sizzle to serve. Delicious, real meaty sausage.
Hey, Mom!
For great tasting sausage, have Swift Premium Brown and Serve. Links or roll.
Great take without the weight.
We're Beatrice. What are your kids doing this summer? What new challenges are they facing to help them prepare for the future? This summer, why not let your kids go to YMCA Summer Camp? The challenges, fun, and learning experiences will last them a lifetime.
When it comes to shoes, most women still choose style over substance. Here's our Bob Lacey with a light look at the consequences.
Hello there, I'm Bob Lacey, and I'd like to speak to the women in our audience tonight. There are a lot of things I don't understand about women, and one of them is your shoes. It seems to me women's shoes will go down in history as one of the worst designed products ever made. They look so uncomfortable on you. I don't know how you can stand walking around in them all day. Hi, can I interrupt for a second? I was noticing your shoes that you have on there.
Uh-huh.
May I ask how much those shoes were?
$90.
For that?
Mm-hmm.
There's hardly anything to it.
They're expensive soles.
They're